Skol, Vikings fans, buckle up, because we've got a bombshell rocking the Minnesota Vikings community that's got every fan talking. Our star linebacker, Dallas Turner, just got hit with a gut punch off the field. A massive $240,000 bank fraud scheme that's left us all stunned. How does a rising NFL star fall victim to something so wild? Stick around as we dive into this jaw-dropping story. This all started with a shady phone call back in February, where someone posing as a JP Morgan Chase banker tricked Turner into thinking his money was at risk. According to a search warrant affidavit filed in Dakota County District Court, the scammer spun a tale so convincing that it led to a massive financial hit. Can you believe the audacity of these fraudsters targeting our Vikings? Let's break it down step by step. Here's the kicker. This isn't just about one bad call. It's a full-blown investigation involving police, the bank, and even questions about whether someone inside JP Morgan Chase could be involved. What do you think, Vikings fans? Have you ever gotten a sketchy call like this? Drop a comment below as we unpack this wild ride and what it means for our team. Picture this. It's February 19th and Dallas Turner, our 22-year-old phenom linebacker, gets a call that sounds straight out of a crime thriller. The caller, claiming to be a JP Morgan Chase banker, tells Turner someone's trying to impersonate him at a bank branch in Arizona, complete with fake IDs to steal his money. Can you imagine the panic? This is our first-round draft pick from 2024, and he's already dealing with this kind of drama. The scammer didn't stop there. They convinced Turner to act fast, directing him to transfer his money to safe accounts to protect it. According to the affidavit, Turner, believing he was outsmarting the thief, rushed to a Chase branch in Eagan, Minnesota, and wired $120,000 to a shady account called Island Food Truck LLC. Sounds fishy already, right? Who's behind this fake company? By the end of the day, Turner made another transfer, another $120,000 to CNL-FL LLC at a West St. Paul branch. That's a total of $240,000 gone in a single day. Vikings fans, what would you do if you got a call like this? Let's talk about it in the comments, because this scam is next-level sophisticated, and it's got us all on edge. Later that day, Turner had a gut-wrenching realization after talking to a family member. He might have been scammed. Imagine being Dallas, fresh off an All-America career at Alabama, gearing up for your second season with the Vikings, and now dealing with this nightmare. The affidavit says he and his attorney, David Balderston, reported the scam to the police in April, but the damage was already done. Police Sergeant Rich Evans is on the case, and here's where it gets hopeful. They've identified several suspects, and charges could be coming soon. But here's the tough part. Only about $2,500 of the $240,000 has been recovered so far. That's less than 1% of what was stolen. How does something like this happen to a guy who's supposed to be protected by a big bank like JP Morgan Chase? This whole situation raises big questions. Could someone inside the bank have leaked Turner's sensitive info, like his full name, phone numbers, or LLC account details? The police are digging into that right now, and we're dying to know what they find. What do you think, Skol Nation? Is this an inside job or just a slick con artist? Hit the comments and let's get this discussion going. The Eagan police are all over this, and they're not messing around. A search warrant affidavit filed on July 7th in Dakota County District Court gave them the green light to seize financial records from the JP Morgan Chase branch in Eagan. They're trying to figure out how the fraudster got their hands on Turner's private info, stuff like his LLC account details that should have been locked down tight. Police are even asking JP Morgan Chase if their internal investigation has uncovered any shady bank employees who might have played a role. That's right, Skol fans, this could go deeper than just one scammer. The fact that they knew so much about Turner's accounts is raising red flags. Could this be a bigger conspiracy targeting NFL players? Here's where it gets personal. Dallas Turner is just 22, fresh off being a first-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. He's supposed to be focusing on sacks and tackles, not fighting fraudsters. What's your take, Vikings fans? Should the team or the NFL do more to protect young players like Turner? Drop your thoughts below. We need to hear from you. Let's take a step back and talk about who Dallas Turner is, because this guy is the future of our Vikings defense. Drafted 17th overall in 2024 out of Alabama, Turner was an All-America beast, racking up 10 sacks and 14.5 tackles for loss in his final college season. This dude's a game changer, and he's expected to take a huge leap in his second year with Minnesota in 2025. But off the field, this scam is a brutal hit. Turner's rookie contract is worth $15.76 million, so $240,000 is a chunk of change, even for him. It's not just about the money, though, it's the betrayal of trust. Imagine working your whole life to get to the NFL, only to have someone prey on you like this. It's infuriating, right? Vikings fans, let's show some love for Dallas. He's dealing with this mess while preparing to dominate on the field. What's one thing you're most excited to see from Turner this season? Drop it in the comments, and let's rally behind our guy as he fights through this off-field drama. You'd think the Vikings would have a lot to say about one of their stars getting scammed, but the team's staying quiet for now. A Vikings spokesman told the Minnesota Star-Tribune they've got no comment on the scheme. That's a little surprising, right? You'd expect Skull Nation's leadership to come out swinging for their player. Here's something positive, though. The Vikings and the NFL aren't leaving players totally defenseless. They offer 3 fraud training sessions each year with internal and external experts, plus due diligence checks for players, coaches, and staff facing sketchy situations. Clearly, though, something slipped through the cracks for Turner. Should the team step up their game here? What do you think, Vikings fans? Are these training sessions enough? Or do we need to do more to protect our young stars like Dallas? Hit the comments with your ideas, because this scam is a wake-up call for the whole NFL. Let's keep the conversation going. This scam isn't just about Dallas Turner. It's a warning for every NFL player and fan out there. According to the Federal Trade Commission, 2.6 million Americans reported being scammed in 2024, with losses totaling $12.5 billion. That's billion with a B. Scammers are getting bolder and smarter, and even elite athletes like Turner aren't safe. What's wild is how sophisticated this scam was. The fraudster didn't just call and ask for money. They had Turner's personal info and spun a believable story about an impersonator in Arizona. It's like something out of a heist movie. How do you think scammers are getting this kind of detailed info? Let's hear your theories in the comments. This hits close to home for all of us. Whether you're a Vikings fan or just someone with a bank account, we've all gotten those sketchy calls or texts. What's the shadiest scam attempt you've ever dealt with? Drop it below, Skull Nation, and let's share some stories to stay sharp. JP Morgan Chase is in the hot seat now, and they've got some explaining to do. The police affidavit specifically calls out the bank, asking how the fraudster got Turner's sensitive info and whether any employees were involved. That's a big deal. JP Morgan's one of the biggest banks in the world, and if there's a leak, it could shake trust for a lot of customers. Recent reports, like one from CryptoRank.io, show JP Morgan Chase is already under fire for fraud issues. Lawmakers are probing the bank, along with others, over $870 million in customer losses on Zelle, a payment platform they own. The bank's reimbursement rates for fraud victims dropped from 62% in 2019 to just 38% in 2023. That's not a great look, right? Vikings fans, do you trust big banks like JP Morgan Chase to protect your money? Or is this a sign we all need to be extra cautious? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments, because this scam has us questioning everything. Dallas Turner's not letting the scam define him, but it's got a sting. With only $2,500 recovered so far, the odds of getting that full $240,000 back are slim. The police are pushing forward, and with suspects identified, we might see some justice soon. But for now, Turner's stuck dealing with the fallout while gearing up for the 2025 season. On the field, Turner's got big expectations. Analysts at VikingsTerritory.com are calling him a potential breakout star for 2025. With an increased snap count that could see him rack up double-digit sacks. That's the kind of energy we need from our linebacker. But off the field, how do you think this scam will affect his focus? Skull Nation, let's send some support to Dallas. What's one message you'd give him to keep his head high? Drop it in the comments, and let's show him we've got his back as he fights through this mess and gets ready to dominate for the Vikings. Vikings fans, this Dallas Turner scam story is a wild ride. And it's a reminder that even our NFL heroes aren't immune to slick con artists. As we wait for more updates on this investigation, let's keep the Skol spirit alive and rally behind our team. The 2025 season is just around the corner, and we need Turner bringing that Alabama heat to the field. What's your biggest takeaway from this crazy story? Is it the need for better fraud protection, the audacity of scammers, or something else? Hit the comments and let's keep this Vikings news conversation going strong. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss an update on our Minnesota Vikings. Skol Nation, you're the best fans in the NFL, and we're in this together. Share this video with your fellow Vikings fans, and let's spread the word about this wild story. Stay tuned for more Vikings news, and let's keep cheering for Dallas Turner and our team to rise above the drama. Skol Vikings!